Welcome. I am Jenny Glick, licensed marriage and family therapist, certified sex therapist. But for you in this space, I am a relationship mentor. And today I want to talk about what is going on in your life if you feel like you want to leave it. If you feel like you just want to get in the car and drive away and never come back to your existence, this conversation will be for you. I like to talk in real terms with real women about real things that happen in life and in our marriages, because as a woman who's been married for 24 years with my husband for 26, I've been a mother of a child with special health needs. We've been through all kinds of health issues, big crises that have landed my husband in the hospital. You name it, we've walked through it. So I understand that there's no cookie cutter answer for how to have a happy relationship, a connected, intimate life with your partner. But I do know that you want your life and your marriage to be something that feels deeply nourishing to you, because if it doesn't, you're going to want to leave. So let's get into this. If you don't want to be in the container of your marriage or the container of your life, so a container is something that can hold you, right? And we want the container of your life to be something that feels nourishing, that feels nutrient rich, that feels safe, relaxing, calm, right? Because in those places, we want to go to those places. It's why it is we want to sit next to the ocean or by a river or go to a spa, because those places feel deeply nourishing. And one of the many ways that we've gone so far off course, I believe, culturally, is by creating these very anxiety-filled containers, right, of a marriage or a relationship. And so we say yes to jobs, responsibilities, ways of being in the house, financial burdens, all kinds of things, so that the container of your life that then you're living inside there feels depleting. It feels terrifying. It feels toxic for you. And so then you might want to leave, right? I know for many, many years, the first solid 10 years of my marriage, I felt like I wanted out. And not because I didn't love my husband or he was a good person or my kid or any of those things. It was that the container that I had created through my thinking, feeling, doing, and believing, through the choices I was making, through the stories I was telling myself, I was saying yes to all kinds of things and then running this script through my mind every single day about how I was behind, or I needed to hurry, or I needed to do this and that, right? All of that energy, that energetic signal that was moving through me was creating extraordinary distress. And then I was going to therapy to try to sort out how to fix my nervous system or fix the distress because something was broken. And then I was a little stressed that I was broken because I was a therapist and I shouldn't be broken, right? So that container of my relationship, in how I created my part of it, what I was bringing to it, was very distressful and not nourishing. And because it was not nourishing, I wanted to leave. Does that sound familiar? If it does, drop me a comment and let me know. Oh, and by the way, if you're listening to this, subscribe, like, follow me so that I keep doing these and I know that you care about it. Okay. So the first thing to do then is to take a step back and start to pay attention to this container, right? The structure of your life. How have you created the structure of your life? The structure of your life includes things like your schedule, what time you get up in the morning, when you go to bed. I'm just going to stop there. For so many women who I work with, they go to bed too late, they get up too early. So they're not nourishing their body with sleep. And if I'm saying this to you, you're like, yeah, I can't because of. All right, so I'm going to pause you there. I understand that. I used to do that myself for a very long time. And what that meant was I was, from the word go, is that the right saying? I was creating a container where I was not nourished because I was not getting enough sleep at night, because I had to get up at 4 a.m. in order to get to the gym at 5, in order to get back to my house, take a shower, and then be at my office at 7, right? And please know, there are no simple answers here, or I should say, there are no easy answers. The answers are simple, but it doesn't mean that they're easy, because part of what the path of coming into relationship with who you are, your you-ness, part of the path of being a you-ier you is going to get you uncomfortable. That's how it goes, because you can stay in the comfortable discomfort of a container that doesn't fit, where you're not getting enough sleep, where you're not spending enough time in your own meditation practice, spiritual practice, yoga practice, outside in nature, nourishing yourself with good food, good water, good air, all the things that we need to be in a container that feels good, right? Think of a fishbowl. If you've ever had fish, if that fishbowl is dirty, the fish will die. Is the fish broken? No, it's in a container that's not clean, that's not nourishing it. So it's really valuable if you're on the path of wanting to improve your marriage, your relationship, your life, grow wealth, whatever it might be. Look at the container first. And it's both like your schedule and what you're doing externally, and also what I teach for the women in my programs. And I have a very affordable online program. The link is below if you want to check it out. That helps you look at your thinking, feeling, doing, and believing, right? Those 4 things are what make up your energetic signature. And so you can clean up your container by choosing a good schedule, by having good rest, having good food, all of that. That's awesome. That's the practical piece. But if you're showing up in that with thoughts that include self-hatred, self-abandonment, self-terrorizing, practicing anxiety and angstiness, right? So thoughts or feelings of being hard on yourself, feelings of sucking on the teat of fear all the time. If you have thoughts, feelings, behaviors, so behaviors like withholding good food or nourishment, not giving yourself what you need in terms of movement or exercise with your body, behaviors and beliefs. If your beliefs are things like, it's never going to work out for me, nobody ever has my back, I always have to do it all on my own, those kinds of beliefs. If you have damaging thinking, feeling, doing, and believing internally, then whatever you bring that to your external container is going to color that container. Does that make sense? So the simplest path for you, if you want to improve anything in your life, or if you want to have more connection in your relationship, is to come back home to yourself and start paying attention to what you're bringing to that relationship. And if you feel really defended right now, you probably will turn off the video, because maybe you wouldn't have made it this long. But if you feel a part of yourself that's clenched or tight or annoyed because you want to say, but Jenny, you don't know what my partner does, they're so annoying, I would invite you to pause and breathe, because there's a part of you that wants to abdicate responsibility onto them. And as long as you've chosen to be in relationship with someone, you're in contract with that person, the foundational practice is recognizing that you have responsibility, 100% responsibility to say yes, that you have said yes to this contract. And that's something that we as women, it's really important to take responsibility for where it is that you are in your life. What I find is that we often do create lots of distorted relationships and contracts with people because we're not living from the place of our deepest truth, what I think of as our native essence. We're doing what we think we should do, have to do, what we gotta do, and that will create a lot of distortion in your life, like a lot of torques, a lot of knots, and a lot of feeling like you're not, you don't have a life that you want to stay in. So if you want to run away from your life, look at your life and what is it that you can bring to it? What level of awareness? What new thinking, feeling, believing, doing? What internal practices can you practice? How can you start nourishing yourself deeply? And if you feel like you can't do that, then you might reach out to me, because you might need somebody to help you, guide you through that. Thanks so much for being here. Like, subscribe, watch another video, share with a friend. I love having you here, and there will be so much more to come.